All right. So hopefully we are live. And I am actually testing a multi-stream platform through Vimeo. But today I want to talk about health made simple. We are in the information age, the digital age, whatever you want to call it. I call it digital delusion because there's so much information out there. And if you spend 2 minutes on the internet related to nutrition, health, training, you're going to be confused. And that's just because there's so many opinions out there. They're not screened, they're not vetted. So I've been doing this for 22 years. So I just want to give you a quick training on 5 simple steps to ultimate health. I'm in a mastermind and paying a lot of money, a business mastermind for online coaching. And one of the takeaways I just got from a training was my coach, who hired a coach that he was in, his coach helped him make his program more simple. Instead of doing more and more detailed trainings, he said, let's repeat the trainings on the 7 fundamentals of online business coaching. And it was just a light bulb moment for me. So I decided to do Health Made Simple in 5 simple steps. And I'm just going to repeat and repeat and repeat until everybody understands that it's really not that complicated. So let's dive in to number 1. And that is mindset. So I like to say mindset matters most because it starts right here. Everything that you want to be successful in life with starts with the mind. Our mind is the most powerful supercomputer, the most powerful drug on the planet. If you learn to harness your mind for good, for positive, for forward movement in your life, for improvement, you will be unstoppable. So let me give you a quick takeaway on mindset. You have to go from an external locus of control, which means everything out there happens to you. Everything wrong in your life is somebody else's fault. That is basically an external locus of control, meaning you're giving the world permission to control your life. You need an internal locus of control. This means you accept responsibility for your own life. That doesn't mean you can control all the variables that happen every day. You can't control if somebody swerves in front of you on your drive to work. You can't control if your kids yell and scream and knock over a cup of milk on your tablet computer or whatever. Things are going to happen. But you can control how you react to those situations. And that's what I mean by taking an internal approach. Another way of thinking it, and this is how I explain it in my 4 O's to grow system, you got to own your shit. Ownership. And if you learn to do that, you will flourish, you will grow, you will develop, you will succeed in life because you're going to take ownership for your learning, you're going to take ownership for your nutrition, you're going to take ownership for your training, and the list goes on. So, and parenting, relationships, jobs, employment, all those things you got to have ownership of. All right. So, mindset is number 1. Number 2 is movement. And number 2, you got to move your body. We were not designed to be stationary couch potatoes. We were not designed to be mushrooms or fungus on a chair. We were not designed to not move. So you have to incorporate movement in your life. This goes back to ownership. Own the fact that you can choose to move, or you can choose to binge watch something on Netflix. It's a choice. But the reason why movement is so important is because it is going to help you in so many ways, from neurotransmitters in your mind to how you digest your food, to how your metabolism is going to burn calories, to how you look, feel, and appear to others and to yourself. Movement is the magic. My book that I wrote is called The Magic Pill, and that is a metaphor for movement is the magic pill. And it goes into a lot of scientific details, which I'm not going to bore you with right now. But the takeaway there is incorporate movement into your life. And once you do that, and that can be as simple as walking 3 times a week, better to do it 5 times a week. But once you've got some kind of habit of movement, then I would really encourage you to incorporate resistance training into your life. So I want you to remember this mantra: strong is young, and there's science to back up the number one predictor of functional health span, not lifespan, health span, how long you can do the things of daily living that you want to do, is strength. And number 2 is lean mass. So get on some resistance training and hire a coach if you have no clue what that is, or hire a trainer. Just make sure they're good and get moving. So if you're not doing anything, even a bad trainer is going to be better than nothing. So movement is number 2. So what is number 3? Number 3 is where everybody gets in trouble eating. We need to eat whole foods. Exclamation point. Now, I'm not talking about eating Whole Foods Market, literally, or I'm not talking about eating anything that you can buy at Whole Foods. I am talking about eating foods that are as nature made them, minimally processed, or preferably not processed at all, is what I'm talking about. Whole foods. The closer the food that you eat in its entirety is to its whole food state, will dictate the reality of your nutritional health. There's a lot of debate of exercise versus nutrition. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. I get all of that. And that is more about appearance. Movement is equally important. Let's just say that right now. But nutrition, as far as how you store or burn fat, how you feel, how you sleep, and disease states, nutrition is definitely critical. And there's a lot of confusion: plants versus meat, carbs versus no carbs, keto versus carboholics. I don't know. There's just so many different ways that you can get influence on the internet. But if you eat whole foods, it doesn't matter. You're going to be successful. So what is a whole food? It's a freaking apple. It's a chicken breast. It is a piece of broccoli. It is a ear of corn. It is, a piece of steak. Obviously, that's processed. You're not eating the whole cow. I'm not speaking that literally, but I'm not talking about where you take a hot dog that has been processed with multiple meats and added chemicals and nitrates and nitrites. That's processed meat. Whole food meat is as it is from the butcher. All right? Minimal slices. So eating whole foods is important, and nutrition is fundamentally that simple. If you eat whole foods, 90 to 95% of your calories, I don't care what you eat, you're going to be doing okay. All right? Obviously, there's more to it, but fundamentally, that is 80 to 90% of the battle. You do that, and the rest takes care of itself. I promise you that. All right, number 4 is rest and recovery. This is important on so many different levels, and I'm not just talking about sleep here. Certainly very important, and we're going to talk about it. but I'm talking about mental rest, white space, time to unplug from our hyper-connected world, time to put your phone in do not disturb, put it in a different room, better yet, leave it at home and go somewhere and relax. So there's been numerous studies showing the constant distraction and dopamine hits that we get from being addicted to our phones, our tablets, our computers. We are losing our ability to remember, to function, to do anything in life, because we've now become so dependent on those distractions, those digital memory devices, those digital drug dealers, because they give us that dopamine hit. Oh, somebody liked my Facebook post. Oh, somebody just texted me. They're thinking about me. Oh, somebody DM me. You got to make time for white space. This board was white before. I like to call windshield time. In fact, next week, I'm going to be driving a moving truck across country with for my mom, and really looking forward to what I call windshield time. That's just white space, traveling down the road where I can just relax my mind. And that's when your long-term memory formation happens. So if you are not getting any white space, downtime, unplugged time in your life, your memory is going to be crap. So just the way it is. So that being said, make sure you're getting some rest from technology as well as fundamental physical rest. And that's when recovery happens. And having a sleep routine, critical. Too many people are not getting enough sleep because we have too much screen time. Our circadian rhythms are way off. We're getting blue light from all of our devices. That whacks up our melatonin production, and it just creates this vicious cycle. So we wake up tired, we wake up hungry because our cortisol levels are higher than they should be. And when cortisol's high, we store more fat. So it's just this vicious cycle. So create a sleep routine. Try to get at least 6 hours on a consistent basis, and you will live longer, I promise. But 6 to 8 hours is ideal, and make sure it's uninterrupted sleep. If you sleep with animals, creatures, dogs, gerbils, fish bowls, I don't care what, you're going to be distracted. It's going to interrupt your sleep. So this may be upsetting to some of you, but if you want to live for a long time or a longer time, you need to sleep without distractions, because those little interruptions break you out of your slow wave sleep, and slow waves when all the magic of recovery happens. So spousal partnerships, that's a gray area. So if you have a snorer, I'm a mild snorer myself. We use a sound machine, which is essentially a turbo tornado fan that is as loud as my snoring, creates white noise so that my wife can sleep. So that is something, if somebody has interrupted sleep, if you can hear them snoring and then they're stop breathing for a while, that's sleep apnea. Definitely want to get that checked out. Sleep apnea or sleep disturbances like that will shorten your life and increase your risk for Alzheimer's. So rest and recovery, vitally important. And step number 5, thank you for staying this long, is hydration. Very, very simple, but as I discovered myself recently, it's so easy to be not hydrated. You have to make it a goal. This goes back to mindset, having ownership. In a future training, I'm going to share with you the super awesome motivational system bottle thing I came up with to make sure I stay hydrated. I've been doing it for 2 days, and it's really cool. And I'm saving it for a reason that will become obvious later, but you'll hear about it, trust me. But having that goal to get my 80 to 100 ounces of minimal water consumption per day is vitally important to so many processes in the body: hydration, fluid balance. The less hydrated you are, the hungrier you're going to be because your body's craving. It's going to say eat food because food has water in it. Your metabolism is going to be altered. Your energy is going to be altered. So stay hydrated. If you need a pick-me-up, if you're dragging ass, take a 16-ounce bottle of lukewarm water, room temperature, and slam it and watch what happens. You will feel immediate energy within 3 to 5 minutes. So there's a little energizing tip for you, but hydration is number 5. So just to recap the 5 simple steps to health. In case I should have wrote that up there in the beginning. 5 simple steps to health. Number 1, mindset. Mindset matters most. Number 2, movement. You got to move your body. Movement is the magic pill. Number 3, eat whole foods. Eat foods as they appear in nature. Avoid or eliminate or dramatically reduce, moderate, obliterate processed and ultra processed foods, and your waistline and your health are going to be dramatically improved. Number 4, rest and recovery. We talked about white space for your mental rest as well as physical rest and recovery, so your body does the healing that it does while it's recovering in sleep. And finally, hydration. 80 to 100 ounces of pure water a day, not carbonated, artificially sweetened, artificially colored, chemically laden crap water or sodas or drinks or juices or sports drinks. None of that. I'm talking about water. If that just can't fly in your reality, you can infuse it with some lemon, some citrus, some lime. Just try not to add flavor packets or get off track right there. So there's your 5 simple steps. I hope that is abundantly helpful for you. And it really is that simple. Really focus on those 5 steps and do it right. Until you can master those, don't worry about so many other confusing, complicated things. Just focus on getting those right. And that's 80 to 90% of the battle, and you will have ultimate health. I hope that was a beneficial for you. I'm Coach Matt O'Brien. I'm the owner and founder of Triumph Fitness and Nutrition here in Largo, Florida, author of The Magic Pill, which you can get on Amazon, and online super coach. That's what I'm calling myself, which I will coach people through 90-day transformation programs to accomplish their fitness and health goals. So that is that. I'm also testing technology. We'll log off and see what happened. And hopefully this is streaming to all my Facebook platforms and YouTube channel. But we will see. I could be just talking to a computer screen and nothing's happening. But we'll see. And if not, if that is the case, it was good practice. I'm not going to get upset because I got mindset ownership. All right, y'all have a great day. And remember to stay strong. And remember, you can't see Triumph, but we spell Triumph with a Y because the Y in Triumph is you. Take care, everybody.